On to the second set. Dreamliner. Sparkles, sparkles, rainbows. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I had one work day this week. Man, I'm bushed. Except down at the 6 o'clock position in brown is ZerO. Over at the 3 o'clock in red is Really. And I keep wanting to call him Ruby, and it's really starting to tick me off. Every time you hear a small pause before I say Really or any player's name, it's because I'm thinking Ruby. And I have to correct myself. Damn it! Actually, it's a small miracle that I can remember all these guys' names in the first place, because every match I commentate on basically has different names in it. So it is kind of a small miracle that I can go, Jangbi does this, and Pisu is over here doing this, there's Stork and Free doing their thing, and yeah, I don't know how I keep it all straight, to be honest. I'm really envious of some other commentators who like to go, the Zerg is doing this now, the Zerg is getting ready to attack the Protoss, and the Protoss, oh man, very envious, but that's not the way I do things. So Really on his way out to scout Mensel ZerO. There's been some debate whether or not his name is Mensel or the ZerO. I'm pretty sure Mensel is the clan tag, but even if it's not, he's known as ZerO now, so screw it! Screw you, Mensel! So it looks like ZerO might be prepping for a 12 hatch build. If he does, he's going to be in trouble because Really is already coming down to be extra annoying. He's going to be able to deny that base since the rush distances are so short. White person! So at the natural expansion, it looks like Really is building an engineering bay. I didn't think he'd go this far, but this is going to make it extra annoying. Really annoying. And so ZerO is trying to go out to expand. So ZerO's going to take a little bit longer, pulling some more drones off the line to get rid of this attack. While pulling a lot of drones off the line, he had no idea he'd pulled this many off, but I guess it is a pretty short distance back to the mineral line, so it shouldn't put him too far behind. He wants to get that second base down, so he's going to force Really to cancel that built engineering bay. Yep, canceled right now, and he's going to put down a second base soon. Like I said, I'm very surprised he pulled that many drones off the line, but I needed to get that base down as quickly as possible for his type of build, I'm sure. As Really, I think this is a 14 command center from Really. I don't see the other building down there, so yeah, I think he went for a 14 CC. Very weird builds from both these guys so far. Normally, Zerg players will go for the spawning pool first. I don't see the spawning pool anywhere for ZerO. Still don't see it anywhere for ZerO, even though he has his 200 minerals to get that down. Very strange strategies from these guys so far, as Really still hanging in, trying to see what strategy that ZerO is going for. I see another hatchery coming down for ZerO on the mini-map, so he's going 3 hatch before spawning pool because of the 14 CC. That's one of the benefits of being a Zerg player. Getting that early scouting information is allowing ZerO to adapt his own build to what Really is going for. But he's going to have to put down that spawning pool right now. Spawning pool finally coming down for ZerO. So he is going to try to adapt to this 14cc by getting out these 3 hatcheries quicker. And with the Mutalisk flying distance between the bases, I think he'll be able to get some nice harassment on before Really can really set up. Oh man, it did the unintentional joke again. Before he can set up inside of his base with turrets and everything like that. Finally getting his second base up and running. Building a second barracks in the meantime, and the 3rd hatchery out. Although Really, oh God, I gotta stop saying. But ZerO can just go out with his Zerglings. He can just pump a lot of Zerglings and get it done right now with aggressiveness. I think he knows that though, but I don't really think of ZerO as that kind of player. You never know, he might surprise us here today. But the second barracks has popped up for Really. There's the gas coming up. So now I'll be very interested to see what kind of strategy that ZerO branches into from here. He could definitely go for the same type of build that he went for in the last game, because it's looking very similar to his last game, at least with the amount of hatcheries that are out. He didn't put his 3rd hatchery way out in no man's land like he did on Eye of the Storm, but there's still a pretty similar build from the looks of things. Okay, going to snipe. This scout Really still hanging in there, though, trying to hang in and see. The next building comes down. Going to be crucial scouting information, but he might not be able to get past these drones. Oh man, the drones doing nothing. Those drones, how much do we pay those drones? Got to be minimum wage. Aren't even fighting back. But the Academy coming up now, and the +1 attack being upgraded yet again for really, I almost said Ruby again, but now really is moving out with a small Marine squad. He's going to have those medics out fairly soon. The Academy is about halfway done by now, I think. Okay, ZerO is trying to find another scout, doing a good job keeping this scouting information away. So I'm pretty sure that really is going to be in the dark for a little bit while longer, unless he uses his scans inside the main or something like Evolution Chamber coming up for ZerO. This usually indicates that he wants to get to Ultralisk as soon as possible. When you see an Evolution Chamber this early in the game, it usually means Ultras are coming. But he could be planning a little bit too soon. Oh, more barracks coming up. Yeah, I think we're going to see some similar builds from these guys. It looks like really is going for a fairly similar build. But yeah, ZerO he just wants to get out Ultras as quickly as possible, throwing down his sunken colonies at the front just to make sure he's going to be okay as far as that goes. Of course, one good drop would pretty much do ZerO in. He wouldn't be able to do anything against that drop if that happens, because if really does go for a drop strategy or something, he's going to be able to ferry those troops in fairly quickly, and they might not even be scouted because of that gray area behind the base. There's the scan inside the main, seeing the lair, but nothing else, because the Hydralisk den is hidden on that third hatchery that is in a weird, usually not scanned position, so it's hard to tell if really scanned that or not. He might have, but I'm not quite sure. So really is making his way down right now, trying to push the front. So I think that ZerO will most likely throw down another sunken colony. Yeah, he has 2 more sunkens ready. He cancels one. Oh man, playing a little bit on the edge, I think. Trying to get really to fly back home with his troops, but I think he's cutting it a little bit too close. Maybe he saw the amount of medics and said, 2 medics, I think I can hold this with only 2 sunken colonies. But still a little bit risky from him, I think. But the lurkers are not going to quite be in time for the big attack at the front, I think. So he is going to have another sunken colony there to hold this, especially with these reinforcements on the way, being spotted right now by ZerO. So let's see if he does throw down another sunken colony or not. He might be a little bit too stubborn and not putting that down at the moment, losing some Zerglings out in the field, doing his best. Okay, the lurkers are morphing right now, so it looks like he will be able to hold this. Maybe here comes really coming down as quickly as he can, as ZerO is moving into the natural expansion now, trying to get as much damage done as he possibly can. But here comes the big attack, +1 attack ready for really, so he is busting through the sunken colonies. Lurkers, run, lurkers. Oh, lurkers had too much to eat. They're too slow getting to the front. There's a scan for really, but he's completely boxed. He's going to lose everything if he doesn't back off. Oh, really? Losing about half of his troop. Probably could have saved most of those if he just backed up a little bit. But looks like he wanted to push his luck a little bit more, kill those lurkers, get the game done. Oh, he loses everything at the front. Look at those reinforcements. Run, reinforcements. But the reinforcements coming in anyway, going to run into their doom if they don't run back to the base. Oh man, that was a very failed attack from really, and he knows it. He's building 2 bunkers at the front just to defend against the onslaught of lurkers that are going to be coming his way soon enough. Oh man, here comes the spires. It looks like we might see a tech switch from ZerO getting into that spire. It might just be preparing for the inevitable science vessels. If he anticipates it's going to be the same type of build coming his way, he will want to pick off the dropships and science vessels. But another base coming up for ZerO. Looks like he's going to try to take the lower left. He took the 8 o'clock position, and he's over there taking the 9 o'clock position, so he is trying to take the entire lower left part of the map. He's definitely going to need it. Another evolution chamber up, so he is going for ultras soon. Oh man, just prepping for those ultras. This is going to be insane. If he can pull this off, it will be very, very insane if he can do this. That was most likely scouted by Really as he was breaking the front. He probably saw that evolution chamber, a fairly early evolution chamber, and if he sees the second evolution chamber, he's going to know what's up.